Welcome to the Ryder and Lisa podcast.
Unfiltered laughs, honest conversations, and everything in between.
This is your backstage pass to the best moments from Ryder and Lisa.
On demand.
Powered by Always Plumbing and Heating.
So apparently you can lose your toenails after running a marathon, and I thought I was killing it.
You're like, I still got all 10.
Mine feel fine. Well, now it's Thursday. The middle toe on both my feet is wobbly, like the nail. And I don't notice it when I'm walking around, but at night in bed against the sheets, I'm like, oh, those are falling off. Yeah, it can take weeks.
I saw somebody with a sign at the marathon. By the way, one of my favorite things about marathons that I didn't realize is how many funny signs are out there.
It's so fun.
But one of the ones I saw was toenails are overrated.
I saw another one that said all toenails go to heaven. And it's a thing. So kind of wanted to put this out there with the listeners. What's something that fell off of you? What's something that you lost?
Yeah, my brother has lost all the hair on both of his arms.
How?
And he doesn't know why.
Really?
His doctor doesn't know why.
What does it look like?
It looks like he's ready for a competitive swimming weekend.
It's not spiky. It's just smooth.
No, it's like dead smooth.
What?
Yeah.
And we don't know what that is
He
from.
has no idea where it's from. And then my oldest brother, I noticed his arms are starting to look like it could be happening to him too. So there might be a day where I have no hair on my arms.
Weird.
It's kind of a weird look.
Uh-huh.
Because you just are used to seeing dudes with hairy arms.
Well, and you kind of have a Robin Williams thing going on.
Pardon me? That's the hairiest man in the history of Hollywood.
Yeah.
Do I have really hairy arms?
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, let me compare it to your back. I just want to see how
Stop.
hairy... Well...
I'll keep you posted if I actually end up losing my toenails, but it's a thing after you run a marathon, and then it takes months for them to grow back. So yeah, hit us up with your example of something that fell off of you, something that you lost.
Lisa might lose a couple toenails here.
Yeah, I read about this, that after you run a marathon, you can lose some toenails, and I thought I was killing it. A couple days after the race, I'm like, I'm feeling good. I still got my toenails. No, that's not how it works. They slowly fall off. We're learning this. Both of my middle toes, the nail feels like a press-on nail. Like it's about to fall off of my body.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. So we're asking you, what has fallen off of you? What have you lost? Kaylee wrote in, my hair after having a baby. Postpartum hair loss is real. But then it grows back, right? You get little baby hairs that come in, which is so cute beside when you take selfies with your baby.
Uh-huh.
You have the same hair.
This one says, I lost my fake eyelash at my wedding. I ended up having to use one of my friends. How is that possible?
So peeled it off of her face and stuck it to the bride's face. And then, I mean, you
Is
make
that a
sacrifices.
thing? That would be a thing? You could do that?
Yeah, or maybe you'd have extra in your purse, but
No, she
doubt it.
said here that one of her friends gave her her eyelashes, which is just such a weird sentence to read. But
Okay, I have another thing to contribute to this. I've lost hair extensions while like kissing. It's so embarrassing.
so like they
Like
just
a huge
pull out
chunk
a huge
of hair.
chunk of hair.
No,
Did
it like
they-
falls out. Like they don't pull on it. It just like if they're not clipped in good enough.
So did they think you were just losing your
Yeah,
hair? Like, man,
probably.
this chick loses chunks of hair when she gets excited.
They probably were thinking of that one scene in
The Craft?
Yes.
Wow, nailed it.
Wow, you did nail it. Look at you with your pop culture references.
Thank you.
But remember the scene with the girl who gets cursed by one of the witches because she's a bully and she's in the communal showers at school and all her hair is falling out?
This text says, you're talking about things that you lost or fell off. The bumper of my car, the
No.
entire back bumper fell off when I hit a pothole last year. Does that count?
Yes.
Yeah, that counts.
What have you lost? What has fallen off? We don't have Venmo here in Canada, but I know that there's some influencers that have Venmo like in their bio, and people will just send them money just for existing. It's a thing.
That's ridiculous.
Should I just put my email that uses direct deposit through my bank in my bio and hope for the best? Then OnlyFans comes along, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can get paid to send pictures or just say hi, have a conversation with someone who's lonely. There's a lot of ways to get things and make money, but I want to circle back to 2016. This was before people were Venmoing money making OnlyFans accounts, making wish lists. A woman in China convinced 20 different boyfriends that didn't know that there were other men in her life to each buy her an iPhone. She then dumped them all, sold each iPhone, made 18 grand, and used it as a down payment on a house.
Wow.
She kind of paved the way.
Yeah. The first influencer. Before that, when you're talking about making a connection and making money off of it, I had a buddy who pretended to be a woman who would sell her underwear online.
Can't trust anything.
Like on Craigslist back in the day or
Are
whatever.
you kidding me?
No, he'd mail it.
He'd mail
and write love letters to lonely men.
Would he spray it with perfume so it seemed legit?
It's
kind of brilliant.
More than that.
Oh, God.
They'd create like a cornstarch something. I don't know what was all in it, but to make it seem like they had been worn.
Oh, my gosh.
And they would make big money. The one guy was in charge of making the undies. And then the other person, my buddy, was in charge of writing the love letters.
They don't do it anymore?
No, but apparently they made more money doing that than they did in radio. Like they were making more from this side hustle than they were from their jobs.
I heard of a girl that like spit in a Ziploc bag and sent it to a guy on OnlyFans and made like, I don't even want to know. Just stupid money.
Remember Fart Jar Girl?
Yeah.
That was a wild ride. That was only, 3 years ago probably? Just farting in jars and selling them.
There weren't just fart jars. Remember she had to go to the hospital because she had such bad gas?
Oh, yeah.
She was like making herself gassy.
Just working too hard.
What about, remember cake farts?
Yeah, that was a wild one too. They weren't making money off that. I mean, they probably got some residuals.
On OnlyFans?
Yeah, you could now, yeah.
Because I bet the website doesn't exist anymore. So if you're like craving that, you're like, don't look it up on your work computer, Ryder. Okay, look it up. Does it still exist?
Cakefarts.com.
Does it still exist?
No.
Oh, see?
Wait, was that a Canadian? Was it cakefarts.ca? The next live action movie has been announced from something that shaped our childhood.
Pogs.
No. That'd be a really tough live action film. Just cardboard circles. What would they be doing? Rolling down hills? They were just cardboard circles.
They were cardboard?
Yeah, most of them.
Oh, clearly you didn't have a metal one.
You could get metal slammers, but that was kind of cheating, and it was only for the rich kids. Anyway, it's not Pogs. Nothing to do with Pogs. Next guess.
I don't know.
Why are you upset? Because I made a good point?
You hated my Pogs suggestion.
It was a terrible suggestion. Like Thundercats. Now there's a suggestion. Here's what it is. You ready?
Uh-huh.
Archie.
What?
Now,
we already did Riverdale.
I know we did Riverdale, but Riverdale was such a far stretch from what Archie was about.
True. There were some twists and turns. I loved to hate watch Riverdale.
Season 1 of Riverdale was really good.
It was a good start.
And then it just got strange.
Remember, what did they call the drug they were dealing? Jingle jangle? Ugh, get me out of here.
See, that's what I'm saying. They were dealing drugs on Riverdale. That's not
the
essence of Archie.
Betty was stripping in a bar and they were in high school. I was like, they're not even legal age.
Right.
It made no sense.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So I'm actually on board with this, that they'll actually pay tribute to what the comic was about.
Yeah,
which is infidelity and other wholesome things.
No, it's not infidelity. It's open relationships.
Oh, right. Polygamy.
Nichelle wrote in, what about a movie about Furbies? Okay, I have a true story. Ready? So I had a Furby out of nowhere. Feed me. This is like 15 years after I got one. I was like, there's no way the battery is still alive.
That sounds like the start of a live action movie of Furbies. You could have that be the thing.
Open the back, no batteries in it.
What?
I made that part up.
Oh. A new study finds that men who barbecue are seen as more attractive.
You don't barbecue, you just use a smoker.
It's pretty much the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Is there something about the flame that gets you going when
Maybe.
somebody's barbecuing?
Maybe that's
'Cause
it.
There's no flame on a smoker.
I think it's the flipping. And you don't do that with a smoker. You just put it in and you let it rest for 6
No, you
hours. And then you
flip.
go lay on the couch. Ooh, sexy.
Okay, I guess smoking delicious food is not
just kidding.
in the same category
No,
as
it's got to be.
barbecuing.
Because someone that can make a good brisket, like that's attractive to people.
Okay.
I'm just messing with you.
No, it's fine. I do actually like picture, a hot barbecue and flipping steaks and the sizzling, and maybe that's part of the whole aura.
Yeah.
So the smoker doesn't do those things.
Life of the party. Everyone's gathered in the backyard. You're flipping things. You're saying hi to the neighbors. It's a vibe.
What's something quirky that you're attracted to? So something unique, something unconventional.
When people can jump over things really easily.
Oh, yeah?
I'll never forget. I was at a house party once and we were playing frisbee in the backyard, like just casually. And the frisbee went over the fence. It was a pretty tall fence. And our buddy Ian was just like, I got it. And he just casually goes, and it's like it was nothing to him. He just flew over the fence.
He flew?
Not literally.
Oh.
But he did it with such ease. And then he came right back and landed, like almost did a backflip back into the yard. Whereas like when I have something that goes over the fence, I go, ugh.
Guess I got to go talk to the
Guess
neighbors.
I gotta go open the gate and then go knock on the door. And
Yeah.
he just like in and out, no questions asked. And to me, I was like, wow, that must feel pretty good.
I had, it was actually my stag party back in the day in my backyard, and we were playing Beersby, and the frisbee went over the fence, and my buddy went to jump and get it, and the neighbor's dog attacked him.
Yeah.
And he ran as fast as he could, jumped back over the fence, and his pants got caught, and it ripped his pants off and left him hanging
Incredible.
upside down. It was the best entertainment of the night.
That's
Like,
the opposite of something attractive.
we were laying down laughing, all of us. It
Yeah.
was so funny.
That's
So,
great.
interesting things that you're attracted to that maybe seem a little unconventional.
Okay.
Like when somebody parallel parks. If I see
Yeah,
it,
but with the new technology, is it
That's
really
true.
that big of a deal?
yeah, the new technology's stolen that from me. But when I used to see a lady, just no problem, back up, perfect parking spot,
That's hot to you.
did it for me. Yep.
But also, okay, wait, parallel parking or backing into a parking spot?
Well, you back into a parallel
No,
parking
that's
spot.
way too pick me energy. People that back in, grow
to
up.
a parallel parking
No,
spot.
that's why I was asking. I was like, what do you
Oh.
mean? Parallel park or backing into a parking stall? Because that to me
Okay.
is not attractive. It's a waste of my time. Move.
All right. Hit us up if you've got an answer.
5 simple words, $1,000. It's Ryder and Lisa's 1K wordplay. Brought to you by Out of Bounds Restaurant.
We are joined by Texter 107. Greg, how's it going today, my friend?
Hello.
Good. How are you?
Really
Good.
good.
So we've never given away $1,000 2 days in a row. We'd love to break that trend. You ready to win some cash?
Sure am.
All right. Lisa, you want to break down how the game works?
Sure. So, Greg, you're going to choose a teammate. They will leave the studio. They will not hear round one, where the other host will give you 5 words with a 25-second timer. Tell them the first word that comes to mind for each. We'll invite your teammate back in. For every word that matches with yours, you get $25. But if all 5 match, we jump it to $1,000. Who do you want as your teammate today?
Ryder?
Get out of here, Ryder.
All right. Good luck, man.
Thank you.
Just going to test out my timer. We're good to go. And once Ryder is completely out of the studio, I'm starting that 25-second timer after I say the first word. Good luck, Greg.
Thank you.
What comes to your mind when I say juggle?
Clown.
Brain.
Headache.
Island.
Solitude.
Mars.
Space.
Birthday.
Cake.
Good answers. We're giving away some money today. Let's get Ryder back in the studio. I don't know where he went. There he is. Welcome back, Ryder.
How did he do?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Stumbled on one word.
Stumbled on one, but that's okay. That doesn't mean... Imagine, though. Imagine. Ryder, what comes to your mind when I say birthday.
Cake.
That's right, $25. Woo! Juggle.
Balls.
Clown. Clown was the answer. What comes to mind when I say brain?
Think.
Headache.
Okay.
Now, if I was the teammate, that would have been my answer every day of my life.
She's a headache.
Yeah. No, I get headaches.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
For $50, what comes to mind when I say Mars?
Planet.
Space. This was a tough round. This was tough. Think outside the box with this one. Can we get to $50 today? Island.
Outside the box. Island. I'm going to go stream.
That's a really good guess. What was the word? Solitude?
Yeah.
Good effort, Greg.
Greg, you're just amazing. You picked up $25. Thanks for playing.
All right. Thank you.
And so it continues. We just can't get a grand 2 days in a row.
Someday.
One day we'll make history.
We are joined by a very special guest, the VP of A&W. Neil, tell us why today is so important.
Well, today's Burgers to Beat MS Day, so at every restaurant all across Canada, 1,085 locations, every teen burger that's sold, $2 will go to the MS Society to help fund research and patient care and help us beat MS.
And this adds up. How much money has been raised over the years?
Well, this is our 17th year, and we've raised $21.7 million.
My goodness.
And incredibly, right here in Edmonton, Edmonton doesn't represent 10% of all the restaurants in Canada, but they've raised 10% of all the money across the country in the 17 years we've been doing this.
We know it very well. Anytime that we're doing anything that has to do with charity, we just know it's going to be a success because the people here really step up.
Yep.
And what better way than to also get a teen burger?
Absolutely. Like, I know, like, businesses here in Edmonton, they send out their entire staff. They're raising awareness every single year. So 17 years is pretty incredible.
Did you recognize me when you came in by chance?
Did I recognize? I thought I'd seen you in a commercial. I was pretty sure you looked familiar. Yes.
I dressed up as Alan, the host, I guess, for the A&W
face
commercials.
of A&W,
the face
really?
of A&W, yeah. And people were pretty blown away with how much I looked like him. So let Alan know if he ever needs to take a vacation
A
or
body
whatever.
double or
Yeah, I'm in.
Sure. I'll let him know.
Can you tell us why you chose MS? Why it's important to A&W?
Yeah, well, MS is a uniquely Canadian disease. I think we have the highest rate of MS anywhere in the world. And we've been a wholly owned Canadian company now for 30 years, and it seemed to us that the Canadian connection was really important to us in terms of finding a partner. Our operators in Saskatchewan teamed up with the MS Society, I think in 2007, prior to us going national, and just seeing the response from guests, how enthused they were to participate and how enthused our restaurant teams were, we thought this was a real natural fit. And since we've become involved with them and we've learned so much more about MS, every year we are once again reminded why they're such a great partner and why we're so proud to be a part of it.
Neil Farmer, the VP of A&W, thank you for taking some time to educate us on Burgers to Beat MS. Now it's on you. Go and get yourself a burger.
So it's been announced when we're getting the Pitt Season 2. The trailer has dropped this week, and it's coming a lot earlier than originally expected, January 4th. So basically the Pitt is, we've only had one season. It's everything that happens during one shift for the doctors and nurses and students. It's intense. They do it by hour one of the shift. Just everything that they deal with.
Yeah. It's not a realistic depiction, probably hour by hour that much happens in an entire season of television.
Because it's in a major city in the States, and there are nurses, doctors in the comment section being like, wow, finally a doctor show that is legit.
Whoa, all right.
Yeah, shows the burnout, shows the mental turmoil of a shift and everything they have to see and do. Plus, they're still dealing with their personal lives. It's really well done. I highly recommend everyone sit down and catch up. Watch season 1. I crushed it.
I don't want to take anything away from doctors and nurses and what they do.
I know.
Like I watched one episode and I was like, my God, I could see that happening in a shift. but in an hour? I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
I've never really spent a lot of time in the ER, thankfully.
Yeah, but you're also right. Like, it's situational, depending on what city you're in, what the population is.
What shakes down, because there was a shooting, a mass shooting in season 1.
Yeah.
So I could see, obviously, an emergency room in that situation would be an entirely different story.
It was also really interesting to watch what they do when they get that call. We're about to see a surge in people that we need to save their lives, and they start sectioning off the doctors and nurses. You're taking care of people that have lost limbs. Okay, you're in charge of making sure that you're giving blood to people that need. Like, it's really interesting. It's really well done.
And it's the same actor that was in ER, right?
That's right. Yeah, he's a lot older in this, but he's looking good in my opinion. So yeah, The Pitt season 1 is available to stream, and season 2 is coming in January.
I can't become a huge fan of it because I think it sounds a little weird when I say, like, I love The Pitt. You know what I mean? It kind of sounds like I'm obsessed with armpits. Some new things have been added to the list of items you're not allowed to travel with. So specifically from checked luggage.
Okay.
So not when you're going through security, I guess.
Okay,
But
so,
when you're
yeah.
dropping your bag off. They're no longer allowing you to pack cordless curling irons. Didn't know those were a thing.
Okay.
Cordless flat irons or spare gas cartridges. So no longer allowed. Have you ever used a cordless curling iron or flat iron?
No.
Okay. It makes sense to me that they wouldn't be in checked bags if they get bumped and turned on, and they don't need to be plugged in to be turned on. It's just a button. It would get very hot in your suitcase. That seems like a very reasonable choice. This made me wonder a bit, though. What is allowed? So no problem for travelers who are planning to depart and are packing a live lobster, still allowed. Christmas lights, cowboy spurs, antlers, wands, lightsabers, coffee machines, and magic 8 balls. No problem.
Why live lobsters?
Well, if you want to have lobster here,
but you have to
would
keep
need to
it-
get it from somewhere.
I know, but you got to keep it in water. You can't even bring a water bottle through security.
That's a good point. So this must be in your checked luggage.
That's mean.
You can have live lobsters. Well, how do you love lobster? How do you think it got here?
I think lobster's okay.
Oh.
I like butter. Okay, can we please just make sure everyone's aware it's actually the hot butter that I enjoy.
But you eat lobster then. You
Sometimes.
eat lobster. As we know, today is a very important day as A&W and you raise a lot of money for a very important cause. It goes to support Canadians living with MS. $2 from every Teen Burger sold will go to that. We are joined by Patrycia, the A&W ambassador. You've been an ambassador for quite some time for A&W. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so I was diagnosed with MS in 2012 and pretty quickly became involved with anything that I could do to try and feel like I was making a difference about the disease, because you really have no control over what MS wants to do. So I just felt like, getting involved, sharing my story, making people feel less alone, but also like raising money to feel like I'm doing something felt just like the right thing to do. And I was very quickly brought under the wing of the A&W folks, and it just changed my life.
Yeah,
sure.
It's a big day for you, and it must be so amazing to see the support that comes along with Burgers to Beat MS.
Oh, absolutely. This one it's huge because it's anyone can participate. It's across the country, right? Like it's basically the whole country coming together to support people living with MS, and we've really been able to see the difference that it's made over the years.
What would someone with the challenges of fighting MS like for Canadians to know?
Well, MS is often invisible, so I think the biggest thing for a lot of people living with MS is just it's a general rule. I feel like we were taught it for a long time is be nice to people, right? Like so you just never know what people are going through. But I think the biggest thing is it's an episodic illness. A lot of the times there's sort of varying degrees of MS, varying, it's less aggressive, more aggressive, but generally speaking, it's episodic. So, people will look fine and be fine, and then all of a sudden they're not fine. And so, days like this, it really puts a spotlight on that, and it just, makes sure that people understand that like people living with MS, need this support, need this research. So much of the money raised has gone to the research that has made life with MS more manageable from the day to day.
Where can people follow on social media? Is there a website people can look into?
Yeah, so the MS Canada website is great. It sort of advertises all of their different fundraisers over the years. One of my other fundraisers that I participate, technically all of them I would say I participate in, but the big one that I fundraise for is MS Bike. And so, I was make the joke before we got in here, not everyone can ride a bike 180 kilometers, but everyone can eat a burger.
So do what you can.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
Well, thank you for what you do, and thanks for taking some time to share your story with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
That's a wrap on this episode of the Ryder and Lisa podcast.
Thanks for being a part of the Ryder and Lisa community. If you liked hanging out with us, don't forget to subscribe and share the laughs with your friends.
Powered by Always Plumbing and Heating.